LTBR Daily Monday morning. Here we are, June 6th. No, I'm sorry, June 7th, 2021. I want to make sure I get all this right. It's a lot going through my head, man. We had like so many announcements on Friday. We had a whole bunch of events on Saturday, right? It wasn't just the URL battle. There was other events going around too. If you probably heard or see it on the timeline. But Danny Myers was the probably most standout individual this entire weekend. It's not named none, you know what I'm saying? Because he made history. He did it. He made history, man. Everybody knows that K-Shine had this whole long streak last year of not losing a round. Big air quote, right? And in fact, I'll say this much. Even if you thought he did lose a round, K-Shine never lost a round by the Caffeine fan vote, right? That's important to emphasize. The Caffeine fan vote never had K-Shine losing a round all of 2020. This year, the Caffeine fan vote does not have Danny Myers losing a round all of 2021, and he surpassed the amount of rounds that K-Shine has won. So now Danny Myers is on a 12-0 Caffeine fan vote streak, the longest streak thus far in Caffeine history. And I'm sure that this now obviously ups the case from everybody that wants to have Danny right in the runnings, that wants to have Danny as a top contender. Let's move this out the way because I got photos here, man. We got things to pull up. I'm proud of Danny, man. You know what I'm saying? When Danny said he was on a mission, he wasn't lying. He really wasn't lying. And I'll say this much: we all kind of knew he would beat Suge. That's why the votes were so overwhelming in his favor. And in fact, he's been a favorite every single battle so far this year. Against Drugs, he was an 80-20 favorite. I think 85-15, right? Against Kid Chaos, he was another 80-20 favorite. Against Arsenal, that one was a little bit more balanced. I think actually he was just a slight underdog. It was really narrow. It was like razor edge. But he got Arsenal. He got the Arsenal win too. And with Suge, you know, we kind of expected this, but Danny's having a phenomenal year. I want to push back a little bit on he's in the lead of Champion of the Year yet, solely because I know how this thing works, man. If you've tried tracking this award from a week-to-week basis, from an event basis, like, you're gonna go crazy. It's too much. It's overwhelming. It creates this level of stress that, like, I don't need. So I kind of look at it in between increments. I'm looking at it between quarters. I'm looking at it every 3 months, you know what I'm saying? And by the end of June, we'll be finished with Q2 of 2021. We'll be halfway through the year. But not only that, Gnome would have happened, so we'll get the results of Real Sick and Danny. We'll get the results of Geechee and Rum Nitty. We'll get the results of Chilla and Tay Rock. Shoot, we'll get the results of A.ward over at Queen of the Ring. I know, I'm sure A.ward might not be in your top 3, but I'm sure he might not be that far out. And these little, I don't want to say little, I'm sorry, these battles will continue to add on to his case. You know what I'm saying? And we still got to wait to see what happens with Danny and Reed, too. You know, he's taking Reed in Philly. But Danny did announce that there's only a one-round battle. Just want to make sure we put that out there. Make sure we get that clear. Make sure the reporting on that is accurate. Danny Myers did say so himself that that's just a one-round battle. And we'll talk about Danny and Reed a little bit later on to the show. Let's see if I can pull this photo up, man. Because we put up an interesting Twitter poll as of recently. And let's see if I can get this up on the screen. Because this poll has a, let's see, where's it at? Here we go. All right, cool. All right, so we put up a Twitter poll recently, right? Which one of these two options would you weigh more into being Champion of the Year lead contender for 2021, right? We put Danny going 15-0, so that means he still needs to complete the objective. He still needs to beat Real Sick all 3 rounds for you to feel in like strengthened by his case of being undefeated in rounds. And we also had Geechee Gotti winning Ultimate Madness 3 on top of the fact he headlined 2 Caffeine cards, had the 2-on-2. You know, the race is still very knit tight. I'm not a person who believes he can 30 Real Sick. Like, I think Real Sick is too good. But at the same time, Kid Chaos, I thought Kid Chaos is too good. I wouldn't have thought Kid Chaos get 30. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal, no disrespect to Arsenal, but after 70 plus battles, being the highest viewed battle rapper and accomplishing so much in your career, I can see moments where Arsenal just phones it in, or when Arsenal takes a loss, he doesn't really take a loss, and you'll see him again. Like, nothing's really that career damaging or altering for Arsenal. So I can see Arsenal taking his foot off the gas pedal and Danny not taking his foot off the gas pedal. But Real Sick is one of these guys that I don't know. I don't see Danny beating this guy every single round. What's up, Fifth Letter? Let's read some of these messages in the chat. The criteria keeps being changed for Champion of the Year. I don't think it keeps being changed, CJ. I think each panelist just has a different thing that they weigh in the most. You know what I'm saying? I've always loved quality over quantity. I've always loved competitive opportunities, competitive battles. I don't downplay small leagues, but I look at the opponent's name. You know what I'm saying? If you're battling amateur on a small league, I don't know how much stock I can put into that. But when you're battling a solid name, an established name, somebody that has experience, a vet, off on an off league, like, yeah, those definitely are good battles to help and strengthen your case. Or weaken your case in some people's senses. You know what I'm saying? Danny's giving quality and quantity every round. Yeah, he's definitely giving quality, and he's definitely giving quantity, which is ultimately the thing that kind of fumbles his pack along the way, because this guy can never stop battling. Like, this guy battled 2 weeks before battling Suge. He battled Ines out in Philly. So you got to think, right? In 4 weeks, it's Ines, Shotgun Suge, Real Sick, within 4 week span, right? So that's one. And then you add 2 more weeks to that, that's $3. So that's 4 battles in about maybe 6-7 weeks. That's tough, man. That's almost like an Ultimate Madness stretch. You know what I'm saying? That is a lot of battles. Danny being undefeated in his resume holds more weight. See, and then every time I say this, you know, I'm not trying to be Titus here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a ton of aspirations and respect for the Bar God, but you guys, I feel like you guys aren't keeping it real with some of the names on his resume. You guys don't ever rank Drugs very highly. I'm on this chat 4 days a week. All right, I see the things you guys say about Drugs. I think Drugs is a very talented individual. I like him a lot. I think he's good. You guys don't think he's good. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't think so. And more importantly, you guys don't think Don Marino's good. I see how you guys talk about Don Marino and Drugs. So although Danny did phenomenal against those two names, like, don't act like those two names are some of the like top 20 battle rappers, or even top of the food chain, or their headliners on the league, like, because they're not. And you guys act that way all the time. But I'm gonna wait for another Drugs announcement, and I'm gonna let you see how you guys talk about Drugs. All right, because, you know, but at that point, you're just kind of nitpicking his resume. But nonetheless, I do think some of the names on his resume that may not be high in quality, he competes with the performance. Because I would honestly say Drugs had a better performance against Drugs and Don Marino. I'm sorry, Danny had a better performance against Drugs and Don Marino than he did against Arsenal, who's a legend. So what weighs more at that moment, right? Do you care about beating a legend when the performance was maybe like a 7 out of 10? Or do you care about beating somebody that, you know, is not ranked that high, but your performance was like 11 out of 10? It was amazing. It was almost flawless. Like, at that moment, what matters more to you guys? You know what I'm saying? But that's where Champion of the Year gets into, so I'm going to leave that alone. We got another 6 months for that. Salute to Danny Myers, man. Let's talk a little bit about Smack Saturdays, though. You know what I'm saying? Smack Saturdays. It's a pretty good card, y'all. I know y'all kind of didn't like the card in the beginning, but it was a good card. Reggie says content mattered most. I don't know why people don't get this. Well, that's the thing, though, Reggie. I feel like content does matter the most, but if you're giving me the best content sometimes against opponents that just are not high caliber, are not in the highest opportunity, then, like, that has to matter too, bro. You know what I'm saying? The stage, the opponent has to matter too. You know what I'm saying? You point to a lot of people that have good individual content against people that probably right now are not professionals. Saga right now is probably underrated because he's going on a tour and he's finally actually performing back to the level he once was, but it doesn't get talked about because he's battling people from Gate to the Garden, people on small leagues, crucibles that didn't make the crucible. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nobody's giving that any just due. So, I mean, content matters, but I also think the stage and the opponent matters too. Let's talk about Smack Saturday though, man. Smack Saturday. What do you guys think about it? I'll give you guys my thoughts on all the battles afterwards. I see Ozzy says I was wrong about the smoke break battle. My bad, Drugs and Prep. Salute to Drugs and Prep. They put on. They absolutely put on. Salute to them. What is happening? Here we go. It was a 9. Wow. Bull saying it was a 9. App only. It's a 7 out of 10 for me. That's what's up. Nun's top 5. Listen, man. Welcome to Nunhood, all right? Welcome to the Nun Hood. We allow you in. Anybody who still is skeptical, you know what I'm saying? Apology letters are still being accepted. Okay? There's still apology letters. You can still submit one. The deadline's not up yet, all right? The deadline's not up yet. The price of the stock went up for Nun, for sure. So if you missed out on buying, that's it. It's too late. You got to overpay now. But I wish Danny versus Suge would have went earlier this year. Suge ain't got it. We'll talk about Suge in a second. Will Tay-Rock's top performance? Will Tay-Rock tops Nun performance? It's a good question to ask, man. It's a good question to ask. We will find out at Nome. He is really amazing. Suge's trying to outright a rider. Yeah, Suge literally came with the wrong approach. We're going to talk about Suge in a second. I want to see what else you guys think about Smack Saturdays. In the meantime, let me get this broadcast sharing, man. All right. Let's get this broadcast out there. Share the broadcast with me, y'all, too, man. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother out and all that. I appreciate that, Shadina. Appreciate that. All right, man. Smack Saturdays. By the way, shout outs to Caffeine real quick because they have background play now. So now there's no excuse. Now if you leave the app, you're still listening to LTBR Daily. You guys have finally got what you wanted, right? Y'all wanted background play so bad on Caffeine. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, close the app. It closes." Now that we finally have background play, like, is anybody talking about it? Is anybody saying, "Oh shit"? Like, Jaleesa says she's already doing it. You know what I'm saying? So now you can listen. Now I'm gonna get on more of a radio flow. Now that I know there's going to be audio listeners only, people that are not interacting in the chat. And if you're an audio listener only, we appreciate you nonetheless. Salute to you because you know you got to give credit when it's due. You can't ask people to make adjustments, then they make the adjustments, and then you don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? If I tell Cece, you know, sometimes when you on there, you be screaming, you know, can you tone it down a little bit, you know? And she starts to tone it down. I got to tell her, good job. You toned it down. You've controlled yourself. You don't yell every segment. I'm proud. So silence to Caffeine. They should have announced it. They probably should have definitely announced it. But if they didn't, we will. You know what I'm saying? So salute to the background play. All right, let's talk about Smack Saturdays. First, let's start with Next and Murder. Look, man, I feel like you guys are killing Murder. Unfortunately, you know, when styles have this kind of lineage and there's clear similarities, either similarities, influences, or flashes of another battle rapper, comparisons in battle rap have never sat well with people. Me, on the other hand, I kind of like it because it kind of creates a genre of battle rap where you kind of know what to expect from certain people. If you like one person, you might like somebody else's content. And I do think Murder lyrically is really good. It's really good, honestly. Like he's not. It's not that he's not talented. And keep in mind, you might say he sounds like Twerk, Tink, or Jay. He was literally out before all three of those guys. So this is a style that probably originated with him, but he never manifested it to become mainstream or never put it on the right opportunity to be seen. And now that everybody else has it before him, or at least everybody else has exposed it before him, it looks the other way around. So I do think for Murder, he'll need to have a drastic rebrand. Like, and I don't just mean stylistically. I mean everything. I mean like the way he carries himself on social media, because there's no way you're battling 10, 11 plus years and most people don't know you. I mean, like the hardcore fans may know you, the media guys may know you, but the fans have to know you, bro. Like, not us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna know who you are regardless, but if the people don't know, like, they're gonna be skeptical. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever gone to one of your favorite restaurants and you want to order something new, but you're just too afraid, so you order the same thing? Like, that's what happens with battle rap too. Like, sometimes we just don't want to listen to something new. We don't know what's up with it. So there's one. He needs to work on his marketing and get out there so we can know who the hell he is. Two, your name is simple, but your name is too close to Murder Mooks. It's spelled like Murder Mooks. It doesn't have anything attached to it like Murder something, so you can separate or stand out. It's just straight up murder. Like, I really think you'll have to re-change your name too, like, or at least add something to it. Make it some kind of hybrid, because just straight up murder is not it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like trying to order a lion off Amazon, and when the package arrives, you get a kitten. It's like, hold on, this isn't the murder I thought I was getting. Like, you know what I mean? So, no, I do think his name also has to change a bit, just so it can stand out. Like, the part of the rebranding package has to be everything. You know what I'm saying? And now we're gonna talk about his actual style. I think his content is very good. His delivery is probably not gonna change that much because of his accent, because of his physical features, because of the way he speaks. So there's a lot of things he probably can't change, but I think he can change the approach. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if I'll see this guy on Caffeine again, or if he probably has a lot more work to do. He's not Caffeine ready for sure. He's not Caffeine ready, but he's somebody I still want to see. I think he's talented. I think he's lyrically good enough. He just has to figure a lot of other things out. And it gets hard because this is the part where, like, either you have a manager or you bust your ass to make these changes, because the league's not going to do it for you. As for Next, man, let's talk about Next a little bit, man. I want to know what you guys think about Next. I know there was a ton of Next slander prior to the battle. I know everybody believed he was overhyped. I know there was a lot of cosign from media, myself, CC, other media platforms, even a lot of other battle rappers, especially the West. Forget it, the West will always row with their coast. But sincerely, he has a couple. Like, see, here's the thing, right? These guys, they have potential. They have potential in certain areas that you just can't teach. And one thing about Next is, like, his confidence in his delivery. Yo, like, if you were sitting with Next and you're like, yo, Next, do you think you're better than Chilla Jones? Do you think you're better than K Shine? He's gonna be like, yeah. And you're gonna look at him like, right? You're gonna pause for a second, like, what do you mean, yes? But at the same time, you kind of have to have that delusional confidence in yourself sometimes. I'd rather you have that delusional confidence sometimes, it works out, than not have it at all. Because at least with it, like, you're adamant about just, like, being good over time. And real talk, like, he was confident on that stage. No slips, no stumbles. I'm sure the environment definitely made him feel a little bit more comfortable too. But, like, put it like this: if Ultimate Man is a bunch of new talent, I don't see a reason why he can't be in there and why he can't shine. He definitely did really good his first round. Everybody calls everything gas nowadays, so, like, nobody ever enjoys themselves. But I will say, I do think by the third round there was some gas. I think in the third round, I can admit to it. But I don't like to use gas all the time, because I feel like we just completely take away from the content. I don't even want to give any of the content any credit. Like, if you're gonna sit here and say Next had nothing that was good, like, I think we're all lying to ourselves. You know what I mean? Bullshit says he was good. He was going crazy. I hated Next before Saturday. Okay, if anyone reacts, automatically gas. Listen, Mink, I want to say this much: whether they call it gas or not, there's only 20 people in the room. If you think there's gas with 20 people, what is going to happen with 2,000 people? There's definitely going to be gas with more people. You think more people takes away gas? You think more people in the room are regulating? Like, hey, stop reacting to that. Hey, that wasn't that hot. Yo, you're bugging out. Yo, you're gassing. You're overhyping this. There's no regulation. It just, the energy increases. Like, what do you guys think happens? You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is where I always say we're not ready for the crowds to come back, but that's a different conversation. Salute to Next. The one thing you can say is that his live Caffeine debut came with a victory, came with some confidence. But I would be remiss if I didn't give any criticism. I do think he does perform his bars more than actually he says his bars. I do think he's still a hit and a miss. Like, he's swinging for the fences. Sometimes he hits, sometimes he misses. I think if you focused a little bit more on just, like, maybe emphasizing on the content instead of performing it, it would resonate a little bit better. Being so animated only works for so long. Plus, it exerts a lot of energy. Like if Murder had turned up and put the pressure on him, I don't know if that works. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, if you're gonna choose the angle, like I think you need to start studying angling as a whole, because like you're battling somebody that's been battling for 11 years and nobody knows him. That's a great angle to use, and in fact, you started using it, but you didn't build up on it. You went in and you went out. You know what I'm saying? And these are just signs of just like of immaturity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying it like, oh, he still doesn't know how to develop an angle all the way. He still doesn't know when to like, you know, put emphasis here, or he's performing too much of his bars. Like it's just little mechanics that will get better over time when you study the game to see if you get dedicated to getting better. But his confidence, his delivery, his presence, his arrogance, like there's a lot of little things that you just can't teach that this guy has that will make him good along the way. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Next and Murder. And sometimes you gotta take a gamble on these things too, right? So it is what it is. M says he keep performance but not over projecting. The bars are hot. That's good. 09 Bull says he was here when URL started. Yikes. I was impressed. Yes. All right, what other battles on Smack Saturday, man? What was after Next and Murder? We had none of the Quest McCody. That's right. Look, man, let's just keep it a buck, right? I feel like Ultimate Madness is the perfect opportunity to raise your stock, right? So you think about the Ultimate Madness 1, we left with maybe 5-6 all-star rookies from that, right? Ultimate Madness 2, you left with the Holmesy Cinderella story. Nobody thought Holmesy could win it. You know what I'm saying? None had a nice breakout. You know what I'm saying? Danny exerted dominance. Bill Collector made his state for the year. It always helps rise your stock at that moment. But it's still a vehicle, right? It's still a vehicle to get you to where you want to get to. It just gets you there a little bit faster. So outside of the tournament, you have to prove consistency. You have to show everybody that you weren't a bubble fraud. You weren't a tournament fluke. And I'm not saying anybody is, but clearly Nundan has had 5 caffeine battles at this point in time. He's had back-to-back battles of the night between him and JC and him and Quest McCody. And then he's had a couple app battles where he beat Suge on the app. Him and Ryder have they're going neck and neck on the app. Pause. Like they're like separated by a couple votes. It's a really close battle, really close margin. So that's at least 4 battles outside of the tournament at this point. Yeah, none of them's consistent. I love Holmesy, and I'm glad he's a winner. He's in the history books forever. But he hasn't won a battle since Ultimate Madness 2. So this is a perfect example of somebody that's like, wait, hold on. Maybe we need to put the microscope a little bit more on Nundan. Like he has already proven the consistency with a variety of quality of opponents. You give him Suge, the gatekeeper. Then you give him Rada, like somebody who's also trying to establish himself. Then you give him JC, one of the best pens. Then you give him Quest McCody, who's a legend but trying to establish his URL career. So you're giving him a mix of competition. They all have different goals. And he still shows up 100% of the way and doesn't change who he is. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Nundan, man. You know, especially after he got retired by Jack. We thought we would never see him again. And here he is, revitalized, revamped. I don't want to see Jack and Nundan ever rematch, but it's just crazy to think that if they had battled now instead of back then, it would be fireworks because how much better they are now. But you know, you can't dilute that win from Jack, boy. Maybe Nundan is as good as he is because of that loss. So let's read some of these messages. Next loss to Rubando, for God's sakes. Hey, man, Ru's not terrible. Ru is talented. Ru is a talented individual. I know he might not be a lot of cups of tea for a lot of people, but he's not bad. France Jugs versus Prep was battle of the night. You think so? I'm not mad at it. It was really debatable, honestly. Although I kind of thought Prep won it clear, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. But I like Quest and Nunn a lot, man. The freestyling, the back and forth, the pressure, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. They're both for fire battles. You can have whichever one, but for me, Nunn and Quest was definitely one of the better battles that night. Prep won. Clear. Quest McCody was battle of the night, in my opinion, says M. That was a style clash. Somebody said, Lil Reggie, man, somebody's always pissing your cornflakes. Get a girlfriend. Damn. Take it easy on Lil Reggie, man. Take it easy. Lil Reggie just speaks his mind, man. He talks spicy sometimes, but he means well. take it easy. Quest was gassed. Quest is not even from the West Coast. What? We need to put a whole regulation on this word gas, man. You guys use that shit too freely, too loosely. Then when there's no reactions and there's no crowd, you're not watching the battles. Like, there's no way to make an AI happy. Where's the Champion magazine? I don't know. Let's ask Jay Black. Jay Black's still in the building. Jay Black, the Champion magazine. We need that. I think it needs to be a Danny Myers cover or a Nunn case. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at Nunn being a cover neither. You know what I'm saying? Our update guy says the word gassed and narrative needs to be banned from battle rap. That's a fact. Shoots to Tata. She says, Danny. All right, man. So salute to Nunn and Quest. I want to say one last thing about Nunn and Quest. Nunn went into a whole nother bag with his freestyling ability. Like, everybody knows he can freestyle. He's a good rebuttaler. But with Marv 1 coming to the stage, Marv 1 walking off the stage, like, that really added to his momentum. And it's kind of funny to me because I think Quest and Nunn are at least familiar that they both can freestyle really well. And being that Quest and Marv competed in the freestyle era, you know the first number one rule of freestyling against your opponent is don't give them ammunition. Don't do nothing with your body language to help them spark their creativity. So Marv 1 came in there, walked in, and damn near just like helped Quest McCody lose a round. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, this is exactly what Nunn wants. He wants for you to do something to help spark that like idea in his brain to create a bar on the spot. You're hurting your partner. Move. Stay where you're at. You know, if you never come on the screen, that moment doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, and Quest McCody's third round, I thought it was a good third round. I found it a little strange that like Geechee and Emerson Kennedy didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Stephen A. Cripp and Max Kennedy. They didn't like the angle. I was like, okay, well, I'll leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? I think it could have been a better choice of an angle, though, because I feel like he tried to replicate his Cortez third round, and that round was really effective. The round was really, really, really effective, but it also felt natural. So for Quest McCody, I feel like if you're going to develop these angles, if it doesn't feel natural, if it's not something you can use as a conversation piece, because, like, he tried to have, like, a whole, like, session with Nunn, right? Let's like an intervention almost. But I don't know how direct it was for him. You know, like if any other white guy was there, it could have worked. You know what I'm saying? When he did to Cortez was like, this is something you can say to somebody when you're arguing with them. You know what I'm saying? When he told Cortez, like, you slept on the motherfucking couch. You was across the street from your motherfucking house. Like, that's a bar. That's something you can say, like, just joking on Cortez or just arguing with him or just without raps. That's why it hit so hard, because how just like natural and fluid it was. So I will say to Quest, it looks like he's better off creating angles that feel natural to him. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going with Smack Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going on here. All right, we will have RX pull up in 15 minutes, give her opinion and take on some of the announcements. We're gonna talk some KCJ and 40 bars a little bit towards the end of 11 o'clock, but. Prep and drugs, man. I know you guys out there, some of you said it was the battle of the night. Some of you guys were surprised. Some of you guys were impressed. I'm sure you guys had a lot of low expectations. I've seen a lot of you guys say, DMV this, DMV that. Prep called himself the Hitman of the DMV. I don't like this. Like, y'all weren't happy about the match, but y'all were satisfied with the results. Can we say that? Savage says, best prep and drugs I've ever seen. 09 Bull says, I love that battle. I had the Metallica Cool and shit on the stage. DMV Classic says 09 Bull sent. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I want to say this. It must be really tough to be Drugs' friend. Because, like, him and Ryder went at it. Him and Prep went at it. And it's like, what's going on, man? Why is being this guy's friend come with so much material to use for battles? Like, what is happening? But Drugs is great, man. He was really, really good that battle. Drugs has been getting better every battle. Well, you know, although he's calling himself Angle Drugs, him angling isn't new. I guess now he's just figured out his groove and he's figured out how to use it. Prep is fire. Yeah, Prep is good, man. Prep is definitely, he knows how to be explosive. Can somebody remind me, what was that bar Prep said at the end in the third round? I think it has something to do with like time. It was like a haymaker. It's like something about a clock. I think I kind of forgot how it was, but it was similar to his 15 minutes of fame moment of silence. Something, I forgot what it was. Hand on the 9. Thank you. Hand on the 9. It feels like Prep has figured out how to develop that one haymaker, and ironically, that both of them revolved around time. You know what I'm saying? Both of them revolved around a moment. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's figured out how to look. I've always said this. He can be explosive. He knows how to get into a bag for one round. That's like, oh shit, this guy's really good. The problem was he could never keep it for 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Prep will always give you a haymaker. He's always gonna have a like, shout out to Am. He's always gonna have a buzzer beater. You know what I'm saying? He's got that in the tuck, but it's never for a full 3 rounds. Sometimes his angles hit and miss. Really depends the opponent. And this time it hit. Yo, can we talk about Prep's baby mom? That was some shit. Yo, bruh. He 30'd his baby mother, bro. I didn't expect that. I didn't see none of that coming. I don't know what none of that was about. I'm like, huh? Clearly he had a message. Let me see if we can get a, hold on. Let's see if we get a piece of this. Where's it at, man? Where's it at? Yeah, here we go.
This is the perfect place to address it. Let me talk to my baby mother for a second. You miserable, pathetic, bitter, desperate. Man, you start beefing. Now you want to use my baby as the leverage. It's expected now, because that's the way a lot of you bitches move. But I played a part in it too. The moment we start...
You're bitter, desperate. Now, hold on. What? How does it start? How does it go? Miserable, pathetic, bitter, desperate. That was so good, man. That was so good. He redeemed himself for that CJ loss. Okay. He better not miss a child support payment. She on his helmet. Facts. Really, how they, Lil Reggie says, it's really how they be moving. Look, man, I have no kids. I have no baby mama drama. I'm very grateful to not have it, because a lot of my friends that do have it, a lot of my people that do have it, listen, man, y'all go through a struggle that I can't relate to. I don't want to relate to, and I empathize with you, because I have no clue how difficult that shit must be. I've never understood the women that want to purposely keep their fathers away from their children, when there's fathers that don't want to voluntarily be there already, but there's fathers that actually want to be there as much as possible, and you preventing it. Like, I've never understood that part of the game, and it's definitely something that should be called out more often. And what better place to do it than on Caffeine, right? A room full of males, a room full of baby fathers that might share the same struggle. That's why everybody in there was like, yeah, like they're like, yeah, Prep's talking to all of us. And he's not just talking to y'all. He's talking to all the baby fathers across the world, all right? This shit could go viral. The right tweet, this clip could go viral, all right? You post this shit on Father's Day, oh, yeah. There we go. We're posting this on Father's Day. Done. Posting this on Father's Day. F your baby mom, says Sue Surf Lawyer. Fathers want to be there. That was deep. That's going viral. Crazy. When is Father's Day? I think Father's Day is the last Sunday of this month, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta post that snippet. The 20th. Okay, thank you for your time. Salute to Drugs and Prep, man. I do want to say the Drugs. I'm not gonna penalize him so much for the stumbles, but clearly because it's such a close battle, it could make the difference for a lot of people. There's some people that are really detailed about cleanliness. They're really adamant about fluidity. Some people like Hardcore Flavor, who's in here, he considers stumbles as tough as chokes, which I feel like it's a little harsh, but I get it. When the battles are like that close, that could be the difference maker. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Drugs and Prep. We're gonna talk about Danny and Shotgun Suge. Salute to Piccolo. Thank you for the props. We already talked a little bit about Danny and how Danny's having a fantastic year. He's on the Champion of the Year run. You know what I'm saying? He'll be battling real sick next week. But I want to focus a little bit on Suge. Look, man, Shotgun Suge is always easy to just like point at, say he didn't do good. pointing out his flaws, pointing out his inconsistencies. Like, it's real easy. Salute to Piccolo with all the props. Really appreciate that. It's really easy for people to just, you know, make Shotgun Shook the butt of the jokes. And I think his app record is something that really bothers him, because it's kind of like he has to work extremely hard to bring that record back to 500. Like, he would have to go on a 10 battle streak just to like be a little bit below 500, which is probably not happening, right? It's a very difficult thing to do for anybody. I'll say this though, like, his app record is a reflection of his career now, right? But it's not a reflection of his career, of who Shotgun Sugar is long term, all right? Just go down his career for a little bit. 11 platinum battles, 4 Normal appearances, 2 Summer Madness appearances, 3 Smack volumes. This is actually his second URL headliner, believe it or not. He had one against Bill Collector, which is 2013. Disney headline for 8 years on URL until this past Saturday against Danny Myers. So now he has 2 URL headliners. Of course, one on UW, you know what I'm saying? He's got a couple of things outside as well. K Slade, Funk Flex. He's got a battle at 3 million views on URL, which not that many people have. And more importantly, he's battled at, I think now, counting 17 opponents that have done a Proving Ground battle. So he's battled 17 PGs in his entire URL career. Like, so you got to stop there and think, like, God damn, like, this guy was really an enforcer for that role of being the gatekeeper. And I really give him a lot of respect for trying to battle the Pens, trying to battle people in their home city. He emphasizes on putting the difficulty at the highest magnitude. But the problem is like, if you don't execute when you do that, no one's going to give it any credit. You know what I'm saying? You battled Rum Nitty, Danny Myers in a small room. You battled Jack Boy in Virginia. You battled Chef Trez in Atlanta. Like, these are all things that make those battles so much more meaningful if you're having a really good to great performance or clearly winning. But when you have those battles and you have shortcomings, or you have stumbles, or you have rounds that you don't complete, or you have short rounds and the energy dies down, like, people completely forget the fact that you created this difficulty that really makes the battle a challenge, an obstacle. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure for anybody battling Chef Trez in Atlanta, or Jack Boy in Virginia, or any of these other things that he's done, like, these are tough tasks. These are tall assignments. This is kind of like your center that tries to guard on the, like, play defense on the perimeter. It's like, yo, you can't. This guy's too fast for you, bro. Like, I appreciate your efforts to try to be a versatile defender, but you can't guard him. And that's the thing with Suge. He's trying to be a versatile battle rapper, but you can't battle the Pens. You know what I'm saying? When he battled Danny, I think he took a wrong approach. He completely like actually almost talked to Danny as if he was Danny. It's kind of strange. Like, you didn't get that bark, you didn't get the emphasis, and when all that stuff is missing, it almost looks like he's not sure. It's like he's not confident. It just, the optics didn't look good. Of course, he never handles these battles well online. He's online upset. You got Crucibles talking shit to Shotgun Sugar, and I feel him, man. He's like, yo, man, my career is established. You would take my career instead of yours 9 times out of 10. But here people are talking crazy about him. You know what I'm saying? So I think Suge just needs to go back to doing what he does best. And more importantly, wait for the stages, man. I really think, like, you know, between B-Dot, between Nun Nun, between Jay the Nightwing, Jerry West, now Danny, right? And Big Hand, this is about 6 battles so far in the COVID era. How many of these has he won to you guys? Let's go in order, right? He lost to Jay. You guys got him beating Nun? You guys got him beating Nun? Maybe not so. I don't know. You guys got him beating Han? I got him beating Brooklyn Hands, so that's 1. You guys got him beating B-Dot? I don't think so. He beat Young Cannon. So, look, out of these 6 or 7 quarantine battles, the record's not looking good, right? Against Jerry West, choking against Jerry West, choke against Nightwing, you know what I'm saying? So, 3-4, 2-5. It's not a positive record, you know what I'm saying? So, but more importantly, forget about the wins and losses for a second. Out of all those 7 battles, the only performance that was really stand out and good was the B-Dot one. So you'll have one standout performance out of 7 battles so far in this era. Maybe this setting is not for you. It could be a thing. Sue Safe has acknowledged this setting is not for him. All right, Sue Surfer is no longer the young spring chicken when he battled Big T in the small room. Like, that Surf is long gone. So he realizes he cannot tap back into that, and he will not proceed to tap into that. So when the stages are coming back, you will see Sue Surf again, because he's aware. He's aware of what works for him. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are good at fucking a certain sport that I don't play, why am I gonna play that sport against you guys? You guys are good at it. I'm not good in that. I'm not good in that sport. Suge makes good money and is the trigger. It keeps battling. Smack told him to sit down. Don't get it twisted, man. Suge is a successful battle rapper. He's a successful professional battle rapper. Like he's good at what he does. It's just at this moment in his career, he's having a downtrend. And in 2019, it was the year he had the most chokes in his career, where he damn near upped his CPR percent to damn near 37%. Like, I think he's got maybe 12, 13 chokes, and maybe 6 of them came in 2019. So then the other 6 happened in a span of 7 years. So it's like, wait, hold on. How did you damn near double your chokes in just 1 year? Well, what are you doing wrong here? You know what I'm saying? But salute to Suge, man. Salute to Suge. Let's talk about some of these announcements that went down over the weekend. I'm going to talk about this one before we bring RX on. Calicoe versus Hitman was announced. You already know how that goes. What do you guys think of Calicoe versus Hitman? Let's talk about it. I see Cal 3-0. I see Cal 2-1. Cal 2-1. Okay. Now we're going to get RX on for the last 15 minutes of the show. Calicoe, Smoke Hitman in there. 1 round. This is peeling. This is the only announcement I need. Tickets paid for. Okay, but we've seen it before. It says 09 Bullcent. I wish they had battle where Cal and Will did. She deserves more than 13 minutes. Hey, it's not me. She's the one that says she has this time. I'm working on her schedule. She's not working on mine. If you listen to me, she would have been here the whole show, boss man. You know what I'm saying? We get 3 rounds this time, so that's great, says Tata. All right, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. Hitman and Calicoe, I don't know about these Midwest clashes anymore, right? This isn't 2012, right? This isn't 2012 where I'm getting Verb versus X, Verb versus Hitman, and Verb versus Miles, and all these other like Midwest battles that are happening amongst yourselves. I feel like that window's kind of passed. That's why when you look at Calicoe and A.ward, like, Calicoe was phenomenal. A.ward wasn't. And that battle's supposed to be like a crown for the Midwest kind of battle. That battle's supposed to be a really high-level competitive battle, and we didn't get that because I feel like that window of like these Midwest guys being competitive amongst their own circuit, I think that time has passed. That's my opinion. More importantly, if you look at Calicoe's last couple battles, maybe going back to the Briz battle, his Twerk battle, and his Big K battle, right? Those are all on stages. And I'll say out of those 3 battles, maybe one of them's really that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Big K battle's good. I think the Briz performance is a little underrated, but I know people don't like the last 2 rounds of his. So overall on the stage, between those 3 battles, his last 3 stage battles, he hasn't been as good as he has been in a small room. Because against him and Ill Will, one of the best battles that year. Against A.ward, dominant performance. You know what I'm saying? But against Twerk, Briz, and Big K, there's still much left to be desired. There's some weird moments in the battle. Some of them are choppy, sloppy. Like, so I'm not that confident in Calicoe on a big stage. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. There is a lot of indications or a trend that leads me to believe that he might struggle on the big stage for a round or 2. He might have moments where it's not as consistent. It's not, everything's not landing or clicking for him. Hitman on the other side, whether you have him losing to Cassidy or not, he had moments in that battle. And more importantly, Hitman, besides 2011 and between Hollow and Goods, I can never name another time period where Hitman's had back-to-back bad performances. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might think he lost battles back-to-back. That's fine. But having a bad performance and having somebody losing is different. Like, I don't think you can count on Hitman to say, oh, he performed bad against Cassidy, he's going to perform even worse against Calicoe. What do you think Calicoe's going to do? No, that's not how things work. It's not how things work. Like, in fact, this is going to be a guy that's probably going to be way more inspired. This guy lost to Calicoe, and arguably lost to Cassidy, or has the people thinking he lost to Cassidy. You think he's not going to come back with some kind of vengeance? He has way more fuel and motivation than Calicoe does. Calicoe already beat Hitman, and as far as Calicoe's side, like, he beat Verb, like, in his mind, he probably thought he beat Young Ill. So he's probably like, yo, I beat everybody from St. Louis already. Like, I have nothing more to accomplish. I have nothing more to prove. Hitman's the one that really is out here for blood. And more importantly, like, I'm just looking at previous stage performances. Like, before Cassidy and Hitman, like, he was really good in the 2-on-2. He was really good against Bill. He was good against Rock, but the battle didn't live up to the expectations. But he was really good against K-Shine. So Hitman has a better track record and is more consistent on having good performances on the big stage. And he's been there already too. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are going to underrate Hitman because of his last performance. He's going to go into situation as the underdog, which is exactly what he wants. I think Hitman was a little delusional when he said he was the underdog against Cassidy. I think he was really trying to put that upon himself and make himself believe that. And in reality, it's like, yo, bro, accept the fact that you're a 90-10 favorite. You're one of the biggest favorites ever. Everybody thinks you're going to demolish Cassidy. So you're not the underdog. But this situation, you just might be the underdog. You know what I'm saying? Send RX the link. Let's see if we get her on to talk a little bit about 40 bars and KCJ. Let's see what you guys have to say. Hitman said he only wanted Briz, and look, yeah, everybody's trying to get the Briz battle, but it's not on them. It's on Briz. I thought Hitman so-called retired. Guys, relax. Guys, these battle rappers don't retire, especially not 3 months ago. Like, relax, man. Don't let Cassidy fool you. He killed Tay Rock. Who's he? You talking about Calicoe or Hitman? They both battled him. Extend the show. We'll extend the show a little bit. RX looks good, but how many wins does she have on her resume? Take it easy, man. Take it easy. France Calicoe is my favorite 1A, 1B Geechee. Calicoe's fire, man. I'm just saying his last couple stage battles hasn't been his best performances. His small room battles, he's very dangerous though. Against Ill Will, one of my favorite battles that year. Against A.ward, I don't think anybody could have beat him that day, probably. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're actually taking him out of the best place you can put him in. If this was in a small room, forget about it. This is barbecue chicken. This is Calicoe Hitman Part 2, where Calicoe just says, all right, let me just do the same thing I did the last round against you and go work. Because although they kind of battle in a crowd, they battle on a flat stage with nobody there, just them two. And I feel like that does make a difference when you don't have entourage to create the optics. You don't have people to feel no momentum. It's just you and the battler. That makes a difference. That's probably why Calicoe looks so dominant against Hitman the first time they battle. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on with it. Ooh. See if I get RX up in here real quick before we get up out of here. If I can't get it in, then it is what it is. Alright, what's in the invite? Looks like we're trying to get her on. We're trying to get her on, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, like Latin people run on a Plátano clock all the time. It's supposed to be on 11:20. I'm trying. If it can't happen, we do it for another day. She's gonna be around. She'll also be here Saturday. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Calicoe Hitman, man. We will see. We will see. I think it's a good battle though for RBE. They love battles with some history, some nostalgia, some good background. This one does have a lot of a good background, but like, how much more? What more can Calicoe Hitman really say to themselves at this point, right? Like, they're gonna argue about their careers. Calicoe's gonna talk about Hitman, how he treats his girl, how he lost to Cassidy, how he's emotional. It's like, I don't know. I'm not as excited as everybody else for this, but I respect both these guys' legacy so much that of course I will probably be in attendance for it. Right. They about to argue about the brotherhood, and I'm gonna go home. We can definitely expect some brotherhood angles. All right, let's move on, man. Let's see if we can get RX on. We can. If we can't, let's keep the show rolling though. More announcements that came out this week because Friday or Thursday, I think it was. Thursday was going crazy. We got URL announcement, we got RBE announcement. A.ward got another battle, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about A.ward. A.ward and Charlie Clips is going down. Armageddon card out at the Rap Committee, the same league he battled Arsenal at. I believe out in Flint, Michigan, but this one will be in Ohio. So this Midwest league is booking these guys is really good. I think Charlie Clips already came out and said himself this is a one-rounder, though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that just put it on the table. But I guess for in A.ward's case, you know, getting guys like Arsenal and Clips even for one round is still it's better than not battling them. But it's just such a tease, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if Don Marino was battling these guys for one round, we wouldn't give this any credit. But A.ward's doing it, and we're like, yes, A.ward is independent, and I love Ward. I love A.ward, you know what I'm saying? But I just wish these could be 3 rounds. Like, figure out a way to make this battle, like, just have some more pressure, have some more worth, you know what I'm saying? Have some more equity with the fans. And make it easy on us because we don't want to just look at your resume and say Arsenal Charlie Clips and then have to put an asterisk next to those names and be like, damn, well, you battled 2 of some of the greatest battle rappers of all time for only 1 round. Like, you know what I'm saying? Also, these leagues are not paying for 3 rounds, you know what I'm saying? So, update guy says, do we really want a 3-round Clips in 2021? I'm always going to say that I think Clips is much more consistent than people give him credit. But whenever he's inconsistent, it stands out so much more. I think Clips and Ward could put on a really funny battle. If you get him for 1 round on a small league, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if you get a really fire Clips or you're gonna get a Clips that is like not mails it in, but just has fun. You know what I'm saying? A Clips that like just has fun, freestyles, jokes. It's just there for a good time. I have no clue what to expect from Ward. Whether they're going to try to put on a really competitive battle or they're going to try to put on a real fun battle, like I have no clue what to expect, but this is a plus for Ward, of course, you know what I'm saying? So salute to him. J Black says, is it 3 rounds? It's not 3 rounds, Mr. Black. Charlie Clips came out already, confirmed it himself. This is a 1-round battle. It's a 1-round escapade, 1-round competition. Cassandra says, Clips is fire. Clips is on point, says M4. When I heard 1 round, I stopped paying attention. Hey, 4-time, I hear that, man. I hear that. But if you guys, hold on, you guys better keep the same energy, though. You guys better keep the same energy. Because Danny Myers and Reed Dollars has been announced. And Danny Myers said himself on his YouTube live, it's 1 round. He said it's 1 round. Because, you know, it looks like Reed has other plans soon. He wanted to get it done. They try to work the business out. Some little details in between that couldn't be said. But Reed and Danny Myers is also just a 1-round battle. Okay? And I want you guys to keep the same energy. You know, you guys say, oh, Ward and Clips is 1 round. Well, Danny and Reed's 1 round too. All right? Don't give this all the juice because it's Danny. Stick to your morals, right? You guys don't like 1-rounders that much. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. But Danny and Reed is a fire battle. This is I think Reed's Battle Academy debut. So this is pretty dope. You know, that's a league that I feel like the entire city has been waiting for Reed to pop out. Reed is only doing 1 round with Danny Myers. That might be more dangerous than going 3 rounds with Danny. I gotta be honest. Jay Black says, but Danny got a whole bunch of top quality 3-round battles on his resume. That's true. He definitely has way more 3-round battles than Ward does. He has way less 1-rounders than Ward. So I can see where the riff for A.ward comes up. Back to Reed and Danny, though. Listen, man. Battling Reed in Philly is a tough assignment. But this isn't going to be like you're battling him in lockout, right? Or like you battle him on the stage. you're battling them in the trenches now. Like you're going to wherever Battle Academy's at. Like they're always in somewhere in the trench, some building, some venue. Reed gonna be comfortable there, but I still think battling Danny for one round is extremely dangerous, especially if he goes second. He's gonna rebuttal. He's gonna match your energy. He doesn't have to write that many bars, so he can easily pack the haymakers he wants to pack. He doesn't have to structure nothing for you. You know, he could just go straight attack mode. I really think this. If Reed should have been like, let's make this 3 rounds, because at least I'll have a chance to keep the pace, have some endurance, play the long game with Danny. You know what I'm saying? Beat him. Go the distance with him. Because if Reed loses the coin toss, Reed goes first. It's over. That battle's a loss. That battle was an absolute loss in my opinion. That's a wash, because then at that moment, like, just imagine Danny has the last word on one round. Like, LTBR update guy says Reed already took out one of the West's best. The app would agree with you, sir. App gang would thoroughly agree with you, my friend. Yeah. Listen, man, I know some of y'all want to say Nitty won, but respectfully, Nitty's 20-2 on the app, all right? That ain't one of his wins. Respect. He got 20 wins on the app. Reed Dollars ain't one of them. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You gotta give something up. You gotta give something up. You can't win them all, all right? And I've always said, look, if App Gang, which is probably the biggest fan base in the world for Nitty, says Nitty lost the battle, oh yeah, Nitty lost the battle. These are all paying Nitty fans that are saying, we as the Nitty committee, we as the App Gang, who votes Nitty number 2 and number 1 in record, number 2 in voting, reactions, I should say. We all declare he lost to Reed Dollars. Yeah, I gotta stand down. I gotta stand down. They got it. He lost to Reed. You know what I'm saying? You know what? We couldn't get RX on for today, but I'll end the show in 5 minutes with another topic, and we'll save Casey and 40 bars for tomorrow when we got Cece on air with us, because I know Cece probably has a lot to say about 40 bars and Casey, especially how they've been going back and forth. It's been spicy, but we'll say that for tomorrow. But I want to talk a little bit about this Cassidy thing, man. I seen over the weekend, Daylight, Tay Rock, I think Murder Mook, they were all probably in Atlanta. You know, I see Easy the Block Captain out there. Hip Hop is Real, 15 Minutes of Fame. Looks like all the media was out there. I know today, June 7th, we actually got invited to the Worldwide Battle press conference, but we couldn't get anybody to go out there. And I personally didn't want to send out Titus to a Cassidy press conference. You know what I'm saying? I have other assignments for them. My Atlanta people, I have other things for you in the works. You don't got to go to a Cassidy press conference. I'll hold it down. So maybe we'll make the next one. But the Worldwide Battle press conference is today. So it's clear there's going to be some more announcements. There's probably some more structure going on. They probably figure something out. But Cassidy goes on this rant on 15 Minutes of Fame and Hip Hop is Real, where he talks about battlers having the energy. And he says, end quote, battlers don't need the leagues need battlers. We'll end the show on this topic. It's a really interesting topic, and it's, you know, I'll throw it to you guys first. What do you guys think of Cassidy's statement? Battlers don't need the leagues need battlers. Then we'll talk about it. Anesthesia says facts. And one says yes and no. It's a partnership. Disagree. Battlers need leagues because they can't organize themselves. One hand washes the face. Established rappers don't need them. Up-and-comers do. He meant the battle rappers need to take over their own career. New era app rappers need leagues, but YouTube Smack DVD era, most don't. Most need leagues. Very few can move freely. All right, man, look. I've been watching battle rap since 2003, right? Probably been really since 2001. But I'm going to say the DVDs, the MOOC DVDs, 2003, right? So almost 20 years. I've been in media since 2013. And I've seen a lot of independent ventures. I've seen a lot of private investors will come, try to start something, get a home run grand slam. It's not sustainable. They're out of business. I've seen a lot of battle rappers do a lot of independent ventures and projects, whether it be events, whether it be merchandise, whether it be music, or whether they're putting on their own events. And it'll never get the traction that an established league gets. Why? Well, maybe because we don't know who they are. Maybe because it's not marketed right. There's a lot of little different details. But I feel like, and this is me speaking from like as a content creator. Right now, I'm watching a live chat. I'm doing a show, and I'm also working the system here, right? So I'm doing 3 things at once that I probably shouldn't be doing. As an artist, I don't think you could be administrative and creative. So, like, you can point to Disaster versus Chase Banks in recent memory. You can point to Hitman versus Casino. These are independent ventures where these guys created their own battle against an amateur and had their own pay-per-view that was cheaper than anything else, only $10. And those events, I don't want to say they flopped, but they didn't get any media coverage. Like, they weren't really talked about. They didn't really, like, have any energy. They came and then went. In fact, I don't even think those battles are out. Sincerely, I might have to check Verse Track on YouTube, but I can't recall watching those battles again after the pay-per-view on YouTube or anything. So, and Cassidy is he's a different animal, man. Like, this guy he made his career in battle rap before even the street DVDs was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, his freeway battle is a stone now in hip hop. It's like, whether you like Cassidy or not, you have to acknowledge his freeway victory is like one of our landmarks as a battle rap culture. He made that before Too Rough for the Streets, Smack DVD. So of course, in Cassidy's mind, he doesn't need any of these people. He didn't battle on the DVDs, you know what I'm saying? And he picked whatever league to battle on. That doesn't apply to Hitman Holla. It doesn't apply to Daylight. It doesn't apply to Sue Surf. A lot of these guys do. I mean, like, Daylight may not have been on URL that much, but he's on it now. You know what I'm saying? He's on it now. He needs it now. I think these guys need these leagues, man. I really do, because it's an ecosystem, bro. It's an ecosystem. I hate when, like, entrepreneurs. I always see on social media all the time when entrepreneurs is like, I can never work a job. I can never be an employee. Being an employee is this and that. I can never be a slave to this. Like, they really, like, downplay the position of being a working employee. But then they create a company that needs people to work for it. And it's like, wait, you've just completely let us know that you don't care for employees, but now you need employees. And it's like, wait, hold on, what? Like, are you down? Are you what's the one I'm looking for? Are you diminishing? Are you downgrading the value of something that you need to build your company? You know what I'm saying? And it's the same way with the leagues. Like, you can't downplay the leagues. You guys need the leagues need you. But I don't know, like, Uncle Flavor, yeah, it's a boss move, I guess, but, like, you need the workers, right? Everybody can't be bosses. It has to be workers and bosses. There's people made to work, and there's people made to lead. There's people made to do operations. There's people made to manage. And there's leagues built to create a foundation and a platform, and there's others to utilize and catapult the platform. You know what I'm saying? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. It's the truth, man. Like, I don't feel like all these battle rappers can be like, I don't need the leagues. Like, Math Hoffa's been on this for the longest. What has battling Nicky Jam and Method Man done? Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Next. We talked about you earlier in the show, bro. We will be uploading this if you want to get a chance to catch it. Yeah, but, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. You can see the translation in a lot of battle rappers when they do independent ventures. Like, their fan base just never fully translate to it. Hitman Holla has 1 million followers on Instagram. And when he goes live with a battle rapper, he probably gets less than 5,000 people to tune in. So I can't sit here and say that battlers don't need the leagues. You know what I'm saying? What I will say about the leagues, though, is that they're smart. They realized at some point in time, they created and generated all these stars. And they say, okay, now we need to hone and create new talent, new stars, which is really difficult. You know, you're not just gonna find 60 people in the room and leave with 10, 15 all-stars. You know what I'm saying? It's not that easy. But they're able to continue spinning the wheel, putting out content, putting out battles, giving talented individuals opportunity. And a battle rapper is all for themselves. They're all for themselves. They find ways to cut corners any way they can, and that's why battle rappers now are touching all these different markets. That's why you see so many battle rappers being in media, right? So there used to be so many battle rappers now trying to be league owners. Geechee, Lex, the list goes on. It's because they realize just battling alone, even if they go the independent route, it's not the only way to make this money here. Like, there's so many other things to touch on, and it doesn't all the way translate unless you're back behind somebody. Like, you can't replicate Smack. You can't replicate Organic. You can't even replicate IRP. Like, none of these guys can be replicated. So when you bring something that we don't know, like, we're going to be weary. We're going to be, like, skeptical. We're going to be, like, cautious about it. You know, we don't even know if it's going to be produced the right way either. So, like, it's I don't know. I disagree with it. But it's really easy for him to say these things because he's in that position. These other people are not in that position. And I'm not sure if they can even create that position because that position doesn't want to migrate. You know what I'm saying? A battle rap fan is a battle rap fan. Like, bam, that's it. Very rarely do they go and follow these people into their other ventures. It doesn't translate all the time. Maybe partially because the fan base doesn't want to translate. Partially because the battle rapper's not doing a good enough job to help convert them. Mix of both things. But leagues need the battlers, man. And battlers need the leagues. They both need each other. It's just that simple. And you guys need the fans too. Everybody needs everybody in this culture. That's what's always so weird to me. Everybody tries to separate every single aspect of it, but they're all needed. You know what I'm saying? You need the platform to create the opportunities for you. You create the opportunities for the fan base that pays the bills. And then like it translates into so many different. It transitions into so many different like weird crab in a barrel mentality where it's like. Battle rappers hate fans. Like, oh, you don't rap. You don't say this. Well, like, wait, what? Like, you're not rapping to 100 rappers. You're rapping to consumers. And battlers, like, you put on your own. Go ahead, put on your own event. Get the production. Get the stream going. Get the technical side of things going. Get a full card going with talented names that are going to make us want to pay attention. Distribute the content properly. Like, it's a lot of things you start to think about. And you're like, damn, I don't really know how to do all these things. Yeah, you're right, because maybe you shouldn't have to worry about doing all these things. The league owners don't have to worry about putting on a good performance. They have to worry about being managerial. You have one job. It's to be artistic. To be creative. They have the job to be administrative. I never personally feel like you can do both. That's my humble opinion. That's why when Geechee Gotti does both, this is just an outlier. Like, I can't picture somebody battling as frequent as he does, being a league owner and a media member, and still being consistently good. Like, that's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to John the Don, another league owner / battle rapper. I think Arsenal had a very interesting model because he kind of saw it early. Like, yo, if I start my own thing while all this is hot, like, I can take advantage. Started UW. And luckily for him, he was able to get one of the greatest battles of all time, Loaded Lux and Holla Don. But we knew what happened after Loaded Lux and Holla Don, right? Like, the company went to the bed for a little bit. The company was gone. The company did not exist. It went bankrupt for a couple of years. We lost UW. And then it came back as, you know, it came back a couple of years later, repackaged. It's like writing, directing, and starring in your own movies. Rare, it works. Shadina, there's a reason why there's multiple positions, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a lot of us are if anybody here is a small business owner, you know for a fact, like, it's tough, right? You do a whole bunch of things. You're on top of accounting, marketing, client-based management, branding. You're on top of so many things as a small business owner that you're like, damn, I really wish I could eventually find somebody to take care of one area or category for me so that I can focus my energy on what I'm good at. You know what I'm saying? I don't think everybody knows how to do everything. And you're not supposed to know how to do everything. Part of being as wise as you are is knowing what you can't do to have somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I keep hearing this thing where battlers try to rebel and go against the leagues, and it's never sustainable. I always see them come back. I've been here almost 2 decades now. I've seen it multiple times. This is just another occurrence of it. We're going to look back at this Cassidy tournament like we did Total Slaughter, like we did Ether, like we did a whole bunch of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Caffeine for allowing you to leave the page. Shout out to the background play. Caffeine with background play is elite. You know what I'm saying? Ozzy says facts to the small business thing. Tata says yes. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. We got to get up out of here, man. We went a little bit over for today. We couldn't get RX on, but I will say this. We will have her on Saturday for the Gnome After Party. You know what I'm saying? We'll have content going all week. Me and CC on tomorrow. CC solo this Wednesday. You know, Toxic Thursday. Ty's going to hold you down with the predictions. We got back-to-back after parties Saturday and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Good episode. Yeah, I haven't done a solo show in a minute for a time. And so I had a lot to say over the weekend. So here we are, man. I hope everybody has a wonderful, fantastic Monday. As always, LTBR Daily, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We will see you all tomorrow. Peace to all my peoples. We appreciate you.